Barnside Chat. We take your questions from the magic rainbow bag. Love lives here, so join us today for Eve's Barnside Chat. You can find us in Campbellville, Ontario. We have rescued chickens, pigs, and cows and goats. We've got plenty more farmed animals, big and small, all for love and love for all. Welcome to Eve's Barnside Chat. We take your questions from the magic rainbow bag. Love lives here, so join us today for Eve's Barnside Chat. Our mission is to inspire kindness and compassion for farmed animals everywhere. You can help us take action by volunteering or through donations, or visit our store and check out our website to learn more. Welcome to Eve's Barnside Chat. We take your questions from the magic rainbow bag. Love lives here, so join us today for Eve's Barnside Chat. Happily ever after Farm Sanctuary.
Hello, friends. Hello, happy Monday. It's a beautiful sunny day. We're wearing our shades. We look like police officers.
Yeah, pilots.
Or pilots. Yeah. Pilots for sure. We hope you're having a wonderful day wherever in the world you're tuning in from. Let us know where you're tuning in from. And the big clip worked again. I'm unmuted, and it's so good that everybody can hear us and see us. And the theme song played today. I don't know what happened last week, but
That's weird.
Yeah, the same video that plays every time. The audio didn't run on it. You can't mute the videos the same way that you can mute the microphone.
Maybe you didn't get the quick memo.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, maybe. Exactly. My name is Derek Walter, and this is my partner in crime, Stephen Jenkins, and we are the founders of Heaths.
Yes.
If you're just joining us, if you're new to the week, I was waiting for some smart aleck remark. I was like, sort of baiting you a little bit. We're the founders of Happily Ever After Farm Sanctuary, and we are located in Campbellville, Ontario, Canada. And it's a beautiful sunny day. There is a there's a little bit of a nip in the air, but the sun is up in full force, and we are loving it. We are standing out in the field. There they are, with somebody who we haven't seen in a while. That's the most beautiful ass in Campbellville. BJ the donkey and Escalade the horse. And they are, of course, the first residents to arrive at Heaths. Maybe, Steve, could you tell us a couple notes about BJ and Escalade, about how they got to be here?
They were rescued by another couple that were... you want me over here now?
No, just like closer to the microphone. Just closer to the microphone.
So they were rescued by another couple that were unfortunately unable to continue to care for them, and they reached out to us before we moved to the farm. So they were our very first rescues. They moved in like a couple of weeks after we got here. So they've been here since the very, very beginning.
That's right, before we even had any fencing at all, and it was a big rush to get them in and settled. And those two, they are best friends. They are inseparable. And we were out a couple nights ago walking, and they were playing around and doing their horsey thing, and they play a lot of the day.
Yeah, they do.
And they also have this penned-in area here, this flexible pen, the round pen, and it's has a sand floor. And then they also have access to this half-painted barn. They're not finished painting it yet. We ran out of time painting it last year. It has to be warm enough to paint, and the temperatures are getting warm enough to paint. And we are excited to be getting back into workday season. And this year we will be returning to group work days, and there
Yay!
will also be group tours. Yeah, there I can hear everybody applauding now. Hello to Nana. Hello to Linda. Hello, Michelle. So good to see you. How is Handsome Nancy? Yeah, we can definitely do a Nancy update. Who else is here? Who else is here with us? We have somebody from Arizona. I bet it's a lot warmer in Arizona.
Oh gosh, must be so nice in Arizona right now.
How warm do you think it is?
80s?
80s?
Probably.
Ooh, it's supposed to be up to 20 degrees here this week. Did you see that?
No.
On like Wednesday or Thursday? 20 it's on. So that
That'll be
is...
nice. Probably 20 and
40,
raining.
57. So it's about 7. Yeah, it's actually thunderstorm. It's
Yeah.
a chance of a thunderstorm.
Yeah. Beautiful day.
So it's about 73 to 75 degrees with a chance of thunder showers. Steve has his magic rainbow bag. He's brought it with him today. It's right over his shoulder there. If you'd like to get your question in the magic rainbow bag, all you have to do is ask a question. Go figure. Put it in the comment feed below, and the kind admins that watch this Facebook page, to make sure that it's a safe space for everybody, they will take the questions out of the feed and they will send them to the little tiny printer in the magic rainbow bag. And they will print out on little slips of paper just like this one. And the first question is...
Roberta wants to know, would you say that the pigs sleep more than the other animals at Heaths? Yes.
Yeah, well, the cats sleep a lot also. But yeah, the pigs, yeah, I think
so.
I think that's a definite yes. Absolutely.
Yes.
Lazy pigs is definitely a term used a lot around here. Here's some pigs over here. Let's get a little closer. We can see there are some pigs being lazy right now. They probably just look like little blobs right now. We'll come over and see them. Hello. Hello, everybody's so muddy. It's nice that we don't always get over here. We don't always get over here. Look at this. There's a herd of 10 pigs that lives over in pasture 8. And these are mostly Fiona's kids. These pigs were born here on the farm. They, when we rescued Fiona from Farm X, she was pregnant and she was packing heat. She was packing 12 little babies on board with Fiona. And all of the residents are, of course, when they arrive, they are either neutered or spayed to control population because, let's be honest, as cute as they are, there are enough of them. And the pigs can have litters, the really big litters, and then the piglets, they can, they reach sexual maturity really, really early. It's crazy how young the pigs can be when they can have babies. I know in commercial farming they do it a lot sooner, but a year, as much as close as a year, and they can have successful litters of pigs. So here we are over with all these cute ones. Yeah. So yeah, Fiona arrived pregnant. She did not get pregnant here at the farm. And to our surprise, 12 little pigs. Now, 3 of them passed away several days after they were born. Remember Trooper?
Yeah.
Remember little Trooper? One of the little piglets of the 3 pigs that passed away. We named him Trooper because he was born without any...
Without a butthole, I think, right?
And back legs.
Yeah,
he was underdeveloped. He had no back legs and no way to go to the bathroom at all. And he was living and breathing, and we tried to make a plan for him, but unfortunately he passed away. And he was just so small. He was just like this.
He was a sweetheart.
He would walk up, and his hind legs, where his butt would be, up, and it was like a little circus clown. He had figured out how to work with 2 legs instantly.
Hi, baby, what are you doing? You're biting my legs.
Oh, hello.
You just want some attention?
Hello, how are you? How are you? So good to see you. You smell so good. I can smell them. You smell the
Oh,
female,
yes.
the female pigs. The female pigs have a wonderful smell to them. They have like this sweet smell or this like a celery salt. It's hard to describe a smell, but you'll have to believe me. And even I notice sometimes with Esther, like even the blankets that she's laying on, they take on a smell like her smell.
Maple.
Yeah, it smells like maple. Good one.
Yep.
Are there more? Yeah.
Oh god, yeah. Lupe wants to know, how long can a pig stay mad? My Frankie is still upset with me for having the vet trim his hooves and trim his teeth. It has been almost a week.
Oh, yeah, they can really.
They can really hold a grudge.
Oh, they don't forget.
No.
They do not forget.
Yeah, you wait till the next time that vet comes for a visit.
Yeah. Yeah, you need multiple tricks in
Oh,
order
yeah.
to do it. Or one thing consistently. I remember when the vet came to the house when we lived in Georgetown for the first time. He says, okay, this is my thing, and nobody else can give her Skittles. And so he had a bag of Skittles, and he would give her one at a time, and that was his thing. And whenever he would come over to see her, he had a bag of Skittles. And so it was this repetitive sort of training that he was doing with her in the beginning, and it worked out well. So maybe try a bag of Skittles, and every time that you're
Only on vet day, though.
yeah, only on vet day. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I won't. I want to tell so many stories. The vet says, "Could you give Esther a couple beers before I come over?" Because at this time Esther was around 400 pounds,
Yeah,
right, for her first hoof trim, and they're quick. Pigs are super quick, and rather than give her a sedative, we cracked a couple beers for her, and it had zero effect. And he says, maybe next time you want to give her 6 beers. We never ended up doing that. We just worked with her feet, on a repeat basis, and now she's really good about it. I mean, she still does turn and tell you when it's time to stop cutting her feet, but at least we're able to do it without any
just do it while she's laying down,
no
while she's
sedation
sleeping,
or alcohol. I don't recommend giving your pets alcohol.
No. Audrey here wants to know, I know pigs are clean. Do they as a herd create a potty area, or do they just avoid where they sleep?
Go for it.
I say they just avoid where they sleep for the most part. They definitely don't go in the barn. In the winter, they'll pick like a corner of the barn to use sometimes because it's just too cold, and who wants to go outside and pee in the cold? But other than that, if you look around here, it's pretty much everywhere but where they sleep and where they eat.
Can you blame them?
No,
Pigs are one of the cleanest animals on the planet. That is, I'm not making that up either. And that is partially because, hello. That is because they don't have enough sweat glands to adequately cool themselves, and therefore their skin is really clean. Here's somebody that's coming to see us. We're going to switch gears here.
Mr. Beach.
Mr. BJ Donkey.
Michelle wants to know, when will the piglets be added to the big herd?
Oh, good question. So, integration time for the pigs that are behind me is coming soon. Sammy is the biggest pig. I think he's the biggest pig now. I need to ask Andrea, but just looking at their sizes,
Where is Sammy?
he's probably, well, let's see. That gate's open there. Sammy. Sammy.
You're not Sammy, silly.
No.
You're not Sammy, silly.
So the piglets will be integrated very soon, and they were just at the barn, the main big barn, for their health checks
You're getting
and getting weighed, and it was so good to see them side by side to the herd that they are going to be moving in with. And there's not a big size difference anymore. You guys are ready. They are full-grown pigs. These guys just turned, their birthday was in October. And I think they just turned 3. I always want to age them faster, but I believe that they've just turned 3 years old. And that means they are so close to being full-grown. Sammy! Sam's!
It's Naparoo time.
Yeah,
Lynn G would like to know, do animals get extra hungry during the winter?
You want to take this one?
No, go ahead.
So, yeah, definitely more. They are hungrier for sure. It takes more calories to stay warm, and so they are for sure hungrier. we feed the residents. They have access to hay 24/7, free feed hay. So they can absolutely go get a snack of hay whenever they want. We have, and there are heaters in the water. Hello, you're biting my boot.
I know.
There are heaters in all of the water troughs so that the water, so it's not frozen, number one. And number two, it's easier for when, if you drink a bunch of cold water, freezing cold water, it's going to cool you down. So the water is a bit warmer so that it doesn't take as many calories for the resident to process that water. So, they definitely eat more in the winter, which means that they poop more. We give 2 meals a day in the winter. First one's at 7 o'clock, and the second one's around 3 o'clock. And the 3 o'clock meal is just before dark, because in our location of Ontario, Canada, in the winter, it gets dark at what time?
Too soon.
Too soon. Around 4 o'clock, it gets dark. And then the days get longer after winter solstice, which is around December 21st-ish. Mm-hmm. And in the summertime, in the summertime, we go to 1 meal a day. And that's because they can forage for seeds and grass, and they can get hay, and they can get, there's a lot of things that they can forage for on the property. The pigs have access to 2 fenced-in wooded areas.
They love the woods.
They love the woods. I'm going to just put the camera on here just for a second. Hold that question. Yes, for a second. Check out Mr. BJ. Living his best life. The fields don't have much grass on them yet.
They're finding it, though.
He's over here eating hay.
All right, buddy. You were grazing on the grass earlier, weren't
Oh, yeah. Eating all the little tips off of the grass. So we have a plan for pasture health and management, and all of the residents, we just talked about it today in our weekly meeting, are going to be closed off of pasture areas and put on their mud areas or onto their sand areas or gravel areas, and they will be kept there for about the next 6 to 8 weeks. And that is to allow the pastures time to regenerate. That will allow us time to seed some areas and put down some compost and clean up some muck in some of the areas that has been created. We got to pick up all of the hay that has been laying down since the beginning of winter, because it's the perfect area for flies to bed, and we don't like flies. So our fly program will be starting soon, which we use a lot of natural predators. There's a lot happening. So if you would like to volunteer at Houston, we hope that you do. We hope that you're close enough to us. I implore you to please head on over to happilyeverafter.ca, and you can click on volunteer. Volunteer with us. We're looking for groundskeepers and grass cutters. So if you like to bomb around with a weed whacker, come on over. Sign up to be a part of the lawn maintenance program this year. There's a lot of lawn. There's a lot of maintenance. And we hope that you'll want to join the team. Head on over to happilyeverafter.ca/volunteer. Here's some pictures that were caught from this week. Here is, oh gosh, this looks like Peggy. Okay, so Peggy is the person that's closest to us. And then I believe that's Brindle. I'm going to have to say that's Brindle in the back.
Making it up.
Spooning. This one is for sure Peggy. I can tell because of her back. She's losing all of her hair there. Some other captures this week. Here's me in the chicken barn, all suited up in my isolation gear. The chickens are still under quarantine because we had the avian bird flu, which is still very present in Ontario.
Mm-hmm. It's expanded in the States, too. I saw an article this morning. They found it in a couple places in the States. It seems like it's doing this. Not good.
Absolutely. There's a lot of turkey barns that are infected here in Ontario, and we're doing everything that we can to keep the residents, our bird residents, so the ducks, the peacocks, the Cornelius. Oh my goodness, I don't think anybody saw anything. Oh, come on, Robert.
That's a good time for this question. Nicole asked, I recently learned about pigtails and nubs. Do you find that giving the pigs space helps them in keeping from fighting, or helps them keep their tails, stops them from fighting?
Yeah. Do you want to take some of that?
Sure, yeah, definitely, 100% it does. Having them, that they have enough space so they can run away. It doesn't matter what you do; they will bump heads occasionally. They're just like people. Occasionally, they have little arguments. They'll fight over food or something interesting that they found. And whoever is being chased always will flee the scene. The lower hierarchy will flee the scene. So if they don't have that space to leave, then yeah, it can lead to much bigger problems. No question whatsoever. That's why you'll see here all of the pigs that were born here, especially. They all have their tails. There's absolutely no reason for us to remove their tails. And that is again because they have the space and because they're managed appropriately. We're not cramming them into a tiny little cubicle of a space and forcing them to stay there. So yeah, absolutely 100% without a doubt. Given the appropriate amount of space, there is no reason whatsoever to be cropping pigtails.
We do have pigtail injuries, of course. It's not something that we're immune to. During feeding time, when the pigs start corralling together, if you don't put feed down quick enough, there are injuries. There are consequences to not being quick enough with putting feed down. So at feed time, there is a schedule, and it is a very strict, regimented schedule because our injuries, we will have a lot less injuries if we're dawdling or taking too much time or if we're not ready. So it's so important the feed goes down quickly. So if you're managing a herd of pigs, don't mess around at feeding time. Get it down to a science because, pigs all corralling in one area, the dominant pigs are going to grab onto the tails of somebody that, to move over, and that's what they do. And we've had tail injuries before. Tammy girl, she has just a small tail now, just a wee little nub like that. And that's because she had a compound fracture because during, feeding time, somebody grabbed a hold of her and cranked her tail. And there's not much you can do about that. A compound fracture tail, there was no fixing that. It would have just been a constant. It would have been retched over for its eternity, and it probably would have ended up causing her blood flow issues to the tip of the tail. So we ended up having to amputate it. But on commercial farms, which most people are accustomed to seeing pigs on commercial farms, that they only have little tiny tails like that. And that's because they've been docked, because rather than give the pigs more space and allow the pigs enough room to get away from each other and get outside, there are about 25 pigs about this size all crammed into a stall that is half the size of one of our pig barns, which is around 12 by 12 foot stall. They're shoulder to shoulder. They can't lay down, and if they do lay down, there's a big chance that they're going to get stepped on. So everybody's tired in commercial farms, everybody's exhausted, and they're quite angry, and they fight. And when you can't get away from each other, they injure each other's tails. And so rather than give them space and everything that they need to be a pig, they remove the tails so that it's more profitable.
Linda wants to know, haven't seen Kevin lately. What is the magnificent maintenance team up to?
I'm glad that you recognize that Kevin has not been seen much. Kevin had a bit of time off, and Kevin also had an injury, a non-work related injury. Him and maybe I shouldn't tell you this. Him and Andrea, they play soccer. They have a soccer team that like a pickup, like a
house league soccer.
Like a
they
house
play
league.
soccer.
Yeah, they play soccer at a house league team.
Or football for our European friends.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I would have forgotten that.
Yes.
And so yeah, he had an injury that he was dealing with. And he's okay. He's back to work. He's around. So you should see Kevin's. What's his called?
Old barn.
This old barn. Yeah, thank you. My brain was like I blagged out there. You'll see Kevin's This Old Barn segments returning very soon. There is so much going on the farm, and it's all maintenance related right now. It seems like everything is maintenance. There are trees to cut up. There are fires to have. There is cleanup happening all over the place. We need 25 Kevins right now.
And last question, Shirley wants to know, when will the next experience box be available? They are so much fun.
Oh, there are plans for experience boxes this year, and I can't wait to share with you when the first one's coming out. Right now, the focus is on the auction, which is starting, and there are some wonderful items in the auction, the online.
Is that now? It's April, isn't it?
Yeah, it should be any day now launching, and actually the sweater that I'm wearing, this is one of the staff and volunteer sweaters. This sweater is going to be in the auction, and it has the same design markings on it, the hex design that is on the front of the barn and the main barn. And the hex design is a symbol of protection. So
Great looking sweater.
yeah, I love this sweater. So there'll be some. There are actually 2 sweaters. One of Steve's sweaters. I didn't tell you yet, Steve. I gave away one of your sweaters.
Which one?
Your Heath staff sweater, your green one.
Oh, okay.
We went through our closet and we pulled out doubles of stuff that we have for the Heath stuff. So there's going to be 2 sweaters, and there's a bunch of artwork, and there are blankets and pillows and tchotchkes, and we look forward to your involvement with that. And it's all going to be over on the Heath's auction page. There is a Facebook page specifically designed for the auction, so you want to make sure you check that out, and a kind admin will put the link below. The auction's not open now, there's nothing to see, but you may want to go over and like that page so that you don't miss any of the updates. We're live at Happily Ever After Farm Sanctuary. It's a beautiful day. If you have a question, make sure you put it in the comment feed below, because there are no questions left in the magic bag right now.
That's it. We are without questions.
We are questionless. So it's important to make sure if you have a question, put it in the comment feed below, and you have a pretty good chance of getting it answered next week on the Barnside chat. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I need to share with you. There are, here's an interesting picture to share. Last week we talked, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago, about how Hercules and Mercy are getting closer with Captain Dan, and I'm not sure if this is friends or foe. I'm confused with that dynamic. I think that maybe Hercules is trying to one-up Captain Dan, and he's trying to suss Dan out a bit to see. I could be wrong. I'm often wrong, but I do think that Hercules is trying to one up on the hierarchy. Captain Dan is he's getting a little slower. He's getting a little slower. He's not showing up to meal the first pig this time anymore. You know, he's there's a wonderful video. There are short videos that we don't show on Facebook that are only over on TikTok. So head on over to TikTok and search Happily Ever After Farm Sanctuary, and you can see some wonderful videos. There's this video of Captain Dan coming running for dinner, and his ears are both just doing. He's got the most amazing ears. So there are tons of video clips over on the TikTok channel that you might not see here on the Facebook channel. So make sure you go over and see that, because it's exclusive content. We have other channels that are also ramping up. We have the Happily Ever Esther YouTube channel, where the Barnside chats, we put those over there so that they can be replayed whenever you like. And we also have Instagram. Make sure you check out that. So between Facebook, Instagram,
You
YouTube,
spend all day on social
TikTok,
media.
that's right. You're going to have so much to do. It's a long weekend. It's a short work week here at the farm. It's a long weekend. It's a long weekend because it's Easter weekend. So we'll be celebrating Easter with the residents. I don't know how we're going to do it this year. They'll probably get special treats on top of the dinner if I know the way that Andrea works. I'm going to show you a quick little clip here, and I'm going to leave you hanging. This is going to cliffhang everybody, and next week you'll see the full video. Thanks for tuning in, folks. My name's Derek.
My name is Steve.
And we'll see you next week on Barnside Chat. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I'm wearing my Bobby Girl support shirt today because today, friends, is the day that we're going to transport Bobby Girl to Ontario Veterinary College in Guelph, and she's going to undergo some diagnostics for the issue that has come up over the past days. A few days ago, she started to drip blood from her vulva, which there was no cuts on the outside. This was blood coming from the inside, and that's not typical for Bobby. We had our vet, Dr. Sarah, come out to the farm to do some on-farm diagnostics with what she was able to do, but it was determined that we do need to go to the large animal intake at Ontario Veterinary College and get some imaging done on Bobby's internals to see exactly what's going on. All right, we got Dakota and Andrea and myself. We are here. We've got the ramp, we've got the pig boards, we've got the trailer all bedded with the finest pine shavings in Campbellville. We're gonna go get Bobby Girl. We're gonna lure her out with some food.
Delicious.
I'm expecting an easy load with Bobby, an easy trip across highway or up Highway 6. Actually, no, we're not taking Highway 6. Scrub that. We go a back road. We go back roads. So we just made a plan. Andrea is going to get Bobby Girl and lead her with food like a predator. And then myself and Catherine are going to be on this side, blocking this visual escape. And then Dakota is going to be here on this side, making sure that Bobby Girl... Do you want to show us what your job is, Dakota?
Holding the door, making sure she doesn't push at it.
Yep.
She doesn't step off.
You got it. So the door is going to be the barrier on this side so she can't slip off. So we're just creating a one-way path right onto the trailer. It should be fairly easy. Hello. How are you? Good. So you're going to be on this side holding this board, and I'm going to be over here holding this one with you also. So if you want to take that for me, I'll be with you in just a second. And also, things to consider with spry young pigs, they can jump. So they will attempt to jump over any visual barrier like this. That's not going to be enough for a spry pig. But Bobby Girl is not a big jumper, and it's a fairly non-threatening situation right now. So we're just going to guide her up nice and easy.
Focus on the food.
Where am I going to put the camera to see where she loads? All right.
And also,
Oh yeah, no, that's perfect. That's good.
From these, but I don't feel enough time.
Right. I'm not doing this for today.
Oh.
I don't
You
think
got all the hours in the
I
day.
don't think I have enough. So you're good. So put your whole weight behind that door.
Okay, we're good.
Just holding.
You got it. Yeah, you're just holding. I'm gonna come with you in a
She
second.
should just walk right with the food. Hi, babe. Come with me this way. Look how happy you. Oh, she says I'm very excited.
Go slow, 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 slow. What's happening?
Hi.
What's happening?
She said I'm very excited. Take it easy.
Hold on. Slow her down. Slow her down. Slow her down. Slow her down. She's going too fast.
Okay.
Too fast.
Hi, slow at this part. Slow at this part. Slow at this part. Slow at this part. Goodness. She says I'm an eager beaver. It's not. Especially if it's burning.
Oh, she's friggin' ready.
Cool, huh? It's probably as quick as we can get it.
Thank you.
All right.
So that was pretty easy. You saw Bobby Girl almost run onto the trailer. She's very focused about the bull. So we're all closed up here. We're gonna close up the gates and be on our way.
All we need is a place to be and a few good friends for some company. If you'd like to stay, you don't have to leave. We'll leave the lights on and the door unlocked. If you drop on by, you don't have to knock. We're happy to share whatever we've got.